Hello, welcome to Storytime Read Along with me. The Incredible Peppa Pig Collection. 50 Peppa Storybooks. Every day we will read 2 Peppa Pig books. Which books shall we read today? Peppa Pig, Peppa and Susie's Argument, and Peppa Pig, the Library. Peppa and Susie's Argument. Peppa and her best friend Suzy Sheep have had an argument, but neither of them will say sorry. Can they make up and be friends again? Peppa and Suzy's Argument. Peppa and her best friend Suzy Sheep are playing Snap. Bah! I win again, says Suzy. Peppa isn't happy. You cheated, she shouts. You looked at the card. I did not, cries Suzy. I don't want to play with you anymore, says Peppa. I don't want to play with you anymore, says Suzy. Peppa and Suzy have had an argument. They are not best friends anymore. Mummy Sheep arrives to take Suzy home. Peppa, say goodbye to Suzy, says Mummy Pig. I am not talking to her, says Peppa. And I am not talking to her, says Suzy. I'm sure they'll make up. They are best friends, really, says Mummy Pig. We are not best friends anymore, says Peppa. The next day is lovely and sunny. All the children are at the playground. Everyone is playing with their best friend. Everyone except Peppa and Suzy. Suzy is on the swings on her own. She feels sad. Peppa is playing mini golf on her own. She feels sad. Emily Elephant comes over. Please, can I have a go? Asks Emily. Yes, says Peppa. You can be my best friend. But my best friend is Candy Cat, says Emily. Suzy watches Zoe Zebra play on the slide. Zoe, if you want, you can be my best friend, says Suzy. But my best friend is Rebecca Rabbit, says Zoe. Zoe and Rebecca skip off together. Suzy is alone again. Then Peppa and Suzy see each other. Hello, Suzy, says Peppa. Hello, Peppa, says Suzy. I think it's time you two made up, says Daddy Pig. Only if Suzy says sorry first, says Peppa. Only if Peppa says sorry first, says Suzy. I'll count to 3 and you can both say sorry at the same time, suggests Daddy Pig. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, say Peppa and Suzy together. Now you can be best friends again, says Daddy Pig. Hee hee, hee hee, hee hee. Suzy, let's play mini golf, says Peppa. Good idea, says Suzy. Peppa goes first. Her ball stops near the hole. Suzy goes next. Her ball knocks Peppa's ball into the hole. I win, says Peppa. No, I win, says Suzy. But my ball knocked it in, so I win, says Suzy. Peppa and Suzy are having an argument again. Ho ho, you two are just the same, says Daddy Pig. Peppa and Suzy laugh too. They realise he is right. That's why Suzy is my best friend in the whole whole world, says Peppa. And Peppa is my best friend in the whole world, says Suzy. Everyone is happy that Peppa and Suzy are friends again. The library. Peppa and George want new bedtime stories, so they visit the library. Will they find books about their favourite things? The library. It is time for Peppa and George to go to bed. I'm not sleepy, says Peppa. Please, can we have a story? OK, says Mummy Pig. I'll read you The Red Monkey. Peppa sighs, but we always have that one. Peppa finds another book on her bookshelf. What's this one? She asks. It's The Wonderful World of Concrete, says Mummy Pig. I've been looking for that, says Daddy Pig. It's my library book, but I forgot to take it back. Please, can Daddy read us some of his story? Asks Peppa. Concrete is a construction material composed of sand, water and chemical admixtures. Daddy Pig reads. When Daddy Pig looks up from the page, everyone has fallen asleep, including Mummy Pig. Zzz, zzz, zzz. In the morning, Peppa and her family go to the library. The library is a big building filled with books. Wow, says Peppa loudly. What a lot of books. Shh, you must be quiet in the library, whispers Daddy Pig. This is where people come to read. Miss Rabbit works in the library. Hello, Mummy Pig, says Miss Rabbit. Are you here to borrow some books? Yes, but first we have one book to return, says Mummy Pig. She hands Miss Rabbit The Wonderful World of Concrete. Miss Rabbit scans Daddy Pig's book. An alarm goes off. Daddy Pig, says Miss Rabbit, you've had this book out of the library for 10 years. Daddy, gasps Peppa. Sorry, Miss Rabbit, says Daddy Pig, going very red. Miss Rabbit, can George and I borrow a book, please? Asks Peppa. Of course you can, Peppa, says Miss Rabbit. The children's section is over here. Miss Rabbit shows Peppa and George a colourful corner of the library. The library is full of exciting books for children. Peppa finds a book about fairies. George finds a book about dinosaurs. Hello, Peppa, says Danny Dog. I'm borrowing a book about football. I'm borrowing a book about nurses, says Suzy Sheep. Look, Peppa, says Mummy Pig, a red monkey book. But we've read that one, says Peppa. Not this one, says Mummy Pig, opening it. Once upon a time, there was a red monkey. He jumped in a space rocket and went to the moon. Wow, read it again, says Peppa. We can borrow it and read it at home, says Mummy Pig. But I was going to get the one about fairies, says Peppa. You can take out 3 books if you like, says Miss Rabbit. Everyone has chosen a book to borrow from the library. Look what I found, says Daddy Pig. Further Adventures in Concrete. You must remember to bring that one back, Daddy Pig, says Mummy Pig. I'll make sure he remembers, says Peppa. Yes, Peppa, says Daddy Pig. I'm sure you will. Tomorrow we will be reading Peppa Pig, Grandpa Pig's Lawnmower and Peppa Pig, the Time Capsule. See you tomorrow, friends. Bye.